Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be, what a jerk I was. Well, I've actually got an email today from a woman that was dating this guy for about 3 months, and she felt like it was going a little too fast, so she abruptly broke up with him and dumped him. And then about 2 months later, she started thinking, I didn't really give that dude a chance, so let me get in touch with him, see if we can give it another shot. But when she got back in touch with him, he was already dating somebody else. So fast forward 6 months later, and she finds out that he is now single again. He's not dating that other woman that he was dating after her. So she tells me what's happened. They've actually gone out on a date recently, and he tried to friend zone her on the date, but he's kind of giving her mixed signals. Sometimes he says that you shouldn't take an ex back, and then he says, well, we can hang out as friends and see if it goes anywhere, and she told him she wasn't interested in just being friends. So she asked me to critique it. And what I like about this email is, especially for you guys that for the guys that are out there that are watching this video that originally came to me because you're trying to get an ex back, or maybe you're in the process of trying to get an ex back, you can kind of see from a woman's perspective what she's going through and the thought processes that she goes through, to where, literally dating this guy for 3 months, and she's, you're out of here, it's moving too fast, and just disappears. And this guy, it looks like he walks away, he starts dating other women. Who knows, maybe the dude's read my book before. But now she wants to reattract him. And then you can see what happens as the boomerang starts to come back around, and she starts to try to come back into his life. So I have a quote that I wrote, and then we're going to go through her email. And the quote says, "Life might not always be what you want or expect, but when you are able to, years later, look back upon past events, it's pretty easy to see how everything that happened helped you to become the person you are today. If you have weaknesses or rough edges that need smoothing out, challenges and hardships will arise to humble, strengthen, and help you become better. If you had trouble making decisions, life circumstances will manifest that force you to make decisions quickly, as being indecisive will cause you emotional, mental, financial, or even physical pain. If your heart is closed, someone will come into your life to help it flower and open fully. In every moment of every day, we either choose to get better or stay the same." Well, it's like one of the things that Tony Robbins says, your comfort zone is where you're most uncomfortable. In other words, where you grow the most is when you're willing to be uncomfortable. And the quality of your life is going to be in direct proportion to the amount of uncertainty that you can comfortably live with. At the end of the day, going for the things you want in your life, you got to take risks. And when you take risks, you don't know whether things are going to work out for you or not. Especially if you're an entrepreneur, most of your ideas aren't going to work, and so you got to become really good at accepting and dealing with failure, because you're going to fail most of the time. It's like what Michael Jordan said. He says, "I failed over and over, and that's why I succeed." So she says, "Hi, Corey. I love the advice you give. I met a guy on Plenty of Fish, and we dated for 3 months. I think things just started to happen too fast, and I got scared and broke it off. Remember, you must love in such a way that the person you love feels free. Within 2 months, he was with someone else, and I guess about a few months after I broke up with him, I realized what a jerk I was and that I really didn't give him a chance." Remember, I talk about this in the book, and I've talked about this in countless videos, especially for those of you trying to get an ex back. It's like as time goes by, we forget about those negative things, and we tend to only focus on the happy memories, the good memories. And that's why it's so important just to walk away and never look back. When you're the one that gets dumped, you walk away and you never look back. In this particular case, the woman did the dumping, and now she's going, oh my God, I think I might need to reach out to this guy. I really didn't give him a chance. He was a pretty good guy. Who knows, maybe she went out with 2 or 3 douchebags in a row and realized, you know what, that guy wasn't so bad after all. Let me give him a call. At the time, he liked me very much, and I found out after 6 months of him dating this woman that he broke up with her, so I saw an opportunity to try and ask him if we could start over. I told him I was sorry that I ended it with him and would like to try again. Most women don't do that. They don't come right out and say, hey, I want to try again. But obviously she's been following my work, and so she's being direct and she's communicating, hey, I'm still interested in you and I'd like to see you again. And the reason she's doing that is because she understands that us guys, we need specific, logical, step-by-step instructions. So she's telling him that, because most women are going to call and, hey, I was thinking about you, how you doing, what are you up to, trying to feel the guy out. But she's just right, hey, I'd like to see you again. That way there's no ambiguity. She's not going to sit at home wondering over the next month or not whether or not the guy's into her or not. Or I should say wondering whether or not she made it clear what her intentions was. We talked on the phone and he told me his thoughts were all over the place. He's on a dating website and has dated 2 women. He said he didn't like them. On our phone conversations, he gives me mixed messages. He tells me he doesn't want to get back in a relationship with me, and also said he doesn't think it's a good idea to go back to an ex. Then you say, well, you know what? If you don't want to give it another shot, I just thought I'd get in touch with you and let you know. So if you change your mind, you know how to get in touch with me. And then that's what you do. You got to let it go. You don't keep calling and texting him and hoping that he changes his mind. She says, then in another breath, he flirted with me. From his past relationships, he said it never worked out. Just to let you know, for the 3 months we were together, we had a great time and never fought over anything. I just thought things were moving too fast, so I ended up. And it's obvious that he was way more into her than she was into him at the time. And because he was really into her, he probably tried to force things. She felt like she was losing her freedom, so she bounced on him. And after she bounced away, he was able to just walk away and never look back and start dating new women. And then what happens 2 months later? Hey, I'd like another shot. Oh, I'm dating somebody, sorry. She continues on. She says, we went out to dinner for the first time Saturday night, and he asked me what I wanted from him. I told him I wanted to start over, and he said that he liked me a lot, but wants to be friends and go out once in a while and see. Maybe we will get back together. I said, no, I'm not going in the friend zone with you, and now it's time to walk away. I told him, if you change your mind, give me a call. I also told him I'm going back on Match.com, and he said, no, you're not. I said, yes, I am. Then he said to me, well, if you're seeing someone and I come back, will you break up with him? I told him, if I'm in a serious relationship by then, absolutely not. This girl has definitely been paying attention to my work. She's being a great negotiator for herself. He told me out because she's admitted, hey, I fucked up. I'm sorry. I know I fucked up. I shouldn't have done this. I want another chance. He's like, well, I don't know. Great. Well, if you ever decide you would like another chance, get in touch with me. And if I'm single, I'm happy to go out with you. But I'm not going to dump whoever I'm with if you come back down the road and I'm already with somebody else. He told me I'm a wonderful woman. I have beautiful hair and skin, and he loves my body. I can't figure out where he's coming from. He sounds like he's going crazy. He's been conversing with an Asian woman every night on Plenty of Fish. She lives in the Philippines and on Long Island. I even told him if he's sorry that he broke up with that woman, then he should go back to her. He tells me his whole life with women has been shit. Oh, whoa, hold on a second there. What? He tells me his whole life with women has been shit. Is that... Remember, what did Maya Angelou said? When someone tells you who they are, believe them. That is a red flag there. That tells me he's not very good with women. When he's with a woman he really likes, what does he tend to do? He turns them off. And they lose interest and they dump him. I told him that's because he keeps making the same mistakes. I don't know. Can you figure out what's going on with him? When he was with me, he was so loving. Well, I mean, obviously you broke his heart, and now he's probably scared and skittish. And he says, oh, my life has been shit with women. So he's probably telling you the things he's saying to you because he's afraid he's going to get his heart broken again. And who knows, maybe he's completely gotten over you at this point since he dated somebody else. But at the end of the day, do you really want to get involved with somebody who says all the people he's dated is shit? Hello? Check, please. Thank you. There's obviously a reason why you dumped this guy 2 months ago. That's the reality of it. Obviously, he was trying to force things. He was more into you than you were into him. But that's just one comment that I see here in this short exchange you've had with this particular dude. I mean, you were with him for 3 months before. There were probably all kinds of little things like that that revealed how he really felt about himself. And when he talked about himself in that way, you probably went, that's not really attractive. So this guy doesn't have a real high opinion of himself. So I would say that the fact that he has a low opinion of himself is one of the reasons why he lost interest. And so therefore, those feelings that you had that you should dump him, you should listen to those. Because it's obvious you're growing. You're a growth-oriented person because you're watching my videos, you're reading my book, you're trying to improve your dating and your relationship skills. And so what you're looking at is now you're trying to go back and heat up leftovers, and now you're kind of getting to see a second look at what this guy is really like and why he turned you off the first time. I feel like I'm responsible because if I knew what I wanted, then I think he would still be together. Please advise me. Well, at this point, there's really nothing that you can do because you've communicated that you want another chance, and he's going, I don't know, how about friends? And you said, thanks, but no thanks, but give me a call if you change your mind. And you got to wait for him to make the next move because you basically told him in your email, hey, you know what, I'm back on Match, I'm going to look for somebody else, see you later. And if you're congruent with that statement, all you really did was to come back in the picture to say, hey, you know what, I'm sorry, I screwed up, and this is right out of 7 Principles Get an Ex Back. I talk about this. She's the one that broke up with him. She's the one that thinks that she screwed up at this point and made a mistake by breaking up with him. And so she's saying, hey, I'd like another chance to go out with you. But he has to want to go out with you, and therefore he has to make the effort. So now you've communicated. You've told him, I'm not interested in being friends, but if you change your mind, get in touch with me. And so now there's nothing you can do. I mean, you handle yourself pretty well after the fact. You've done everything that you can to give yourself an opportunity. Now the rest is up to him. So if he gets in touch with you, say, hey, great to hear from you. So I assume you're going to take me out and wine me, dine me, and buy me flowers, and you want to romance me again? And it's like, great, let's get together. And then make a date. And then get off the phone. But, like I said, the fact that he says his whole life with women has been shit, that's the real issue. That's really why you got turned off in the beginning. And so that was really a safety mechanism that's protecting your heart, saying, time to move on. But nobody else has come along that you like as much. And you're thinking, well, that guy wasn't so bad after all. Let me give him another shot. So, like I said, I mean, obviously this dude's got some work to do on himself. He would just be a candidate to date. I wouldn't be so quick to jump back into a relationship with this particular guy. Your spidey sense was obviously tingling and telling you something, and so you should definitely pay attention to that. So if you'd like to get my help personally, the quickest way is to book a paid phone, Skype, or email coaching session. You can choose any of those options by going to my website, clicking the products tab at the top of your screen, and just follow the instructions for booking whichever option works best for you. And I will talk to you soon.